Hi guys, so I might not be able to tell, but I actually run quite a lot. Last week I did about 50 miles, and this week I'm on about 20, taking it easier this week, though it is only Thursday. I should finish hopefully around 38 miles this week, and training for a marathon, the original Athens marathon. The original marathon in Athens, on the 12th of November, with a few friends. And yeah, this video is about how to run faster and longer, really. Some of the tips and tricks that I've been deploying in the last few months that have helped me do that, and yeah, just get better at running. So I think tip one, we're going to focus really on factors and things you can do before the run that help your performance. One thing would be that is really helpful is, of course, eating well beforehand. So eating some slow releasing carbs. Obviously, for me, if I'm going for a morning run, it'd be like some porridge and banana. And that gives me a lot of energy. The banana obviously gives you potassium, and yeah, the porridge is broken down slowly. That's what you want, slow releasing carbs. And the other thing would be to drink plenty of water. If you're going on a long run, get one of these backpacks you can get with the like 1 litre, 1.5 litre of liquid at the back, and just stay hydrated. That's really important for your general energy levels, especially of course if it's pretty warm outside. So yeah, before the run, drink a lot of water because you will sweat it out, and bring water with you. Prepare to bring water with you, and a few snacks if it's. To be honest, I think you can get away with like up to a half, but beyond that, you want to bring some snacks with you. So bring some bananas, some cereal bars, and some water. And yeah, if you're going for a morning run, have some porridge and some bananas, or some toast, whatever floats your boat, but something that's slow releasing carbs. During the run, I find breathing really important, something I didn't used to be so focused on, but it's really important to optimise your breathing. So what you can do there is you can essentially breathe in through your nose and try and breathe in quite heavily and track your breath, feel it down to your rib cage and up through your nose. Really deep breathing like that, and that will help you feel more comfortable in running and actually push yourself a bit more. There'll be periods when you're uphill and you're like, or if you're not doing that breathing, you feel more out of breath and less able to push yourself up the hill. That breathing, it helps you push yourself that bit further. The other thing is to focus on the strength of your core. That's really, really great for your overall cardio fitness and your capacity to sort of push yourself a bit more. On each run as well, I would push yourself a bit further, whether that's towards the end sprinting a bit more, whether it's running a slightly longer distance, whether it's on particular segments trying to go faster, whatever it is. So yeah, those would be some tips during the run. And the other thing is, of course, that your speed is sort of a function of your stride length and stride rate. Well, it's the multiplication of those two. So trying to open up your hips a bit more during the run and focusing on that can help you sort of improve in your stride aspect. So those would be my tips during the run. And of course, key to getting faster and running longer is making sure that you recover properly from each run. So I am doing 5 runs a week at the moment, but I have a very, very strong disciplined stretch routine that I do afterwards every time. And something I've suffered with in the past has been shin splints. You can Google this online, but essentially what I do is I bend my front leg forward like this and keep my back leg straight and push up against a wall, and that basically pulls on my shin on my back leg and stretches it. The other one you can do is if you're sitting on a chair, you can bend your foot backwards. So yeah, I think I've discussed this in another video, but stretching areas, especially areas where you have a discomfort, regularly doing that each time will help. And after the run, doing a bit of a walk, doing some active stretches is good because your body needs to cool down afterwards. So that's something I always do after every run to aid recovery. The other thing I do is, of course, taking breaks between runs. So today I'm not going on a run, and on Saturday I'm not going on a run, and even though I run on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 of those days they're short runs, and on a Tuesday I only do 7k, and that's basically at a very slow pace, a jog pace, and so it essentially feels like a break, and I'm doing that to make, so that there's only 2 days a week where I'm essentially running at pace in a row, otherwise I'm taking breaks or doing a recovery jog. So yeah, those would be my tips for recovering properly. And if you are increasing distance, keep it, quite small in percentage terms. Don't really up your distance more than 10% each week I should say, each run. Otherwise you'll be paying the price for that and you'll get injuries. In terms of training, it's important to do stuff other than just the running. So stuff like burpees, squats, box jumping, all of this can help sort of doing these high intensity workouts and exercises build other cardio strengths and core strengths that are important. And the other thing I guess that's really important that can be quite easily ignored is the mental aspect to all of this. A lot of the days you might not want to go out for a run, you might not be feeling it, you might be feeling a bit demotivated. I struggled recently on Tuesday because I was like, I've been on so many runs recently, this is going to be my third in a row, I don't really feel like it. That's why I chose the day to be a short 7k run. That's in my schedule for that reason. And therefore it was easier to motivate myself because I was like, it's only a 7k. And yeah, just being aware of those pressure points or the parts of your schedule where you're not really feeling it, and imagining yourself at the finish line and imagining yourself after the run and the feeling of accomplishment, that will help motivate yourself. But yeah, anything that really works for you to motivate yourself. You could also be, listening to a banger playlist, really high volume as well. So developing that mental toughness and actually going out when you might not want to is really important, because those are the days where you will be really increasing your cadence and fitness. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you've got any other tips or questions, feel free to put them in the comments.